If you enjoy French pornography and Adam Lior as much as I do, you know the value of the SBS. This week, the SBS launched a new ad.
You won't see this on regular TV.
You won't get this close to the action!
You're going to have to stop it because there's someone on the pitch.
Stay 63.
You won't get this close to survival or death. You won't see this much of the world on TV.
Put some pants on!
Or feel things you've never felt before.
Bet you will. On SBS.
Oh, SBS must mean a sweaty ball sack. BTW, if you go onto SBS On Demand, they play the same ad with full-frontal nudity. Yeah, we can do that too. Todd, whip it out. It'd be better with this soundtrack. Nata, will this package sell?
Yes, I actually think it will. I think SBS definitely needs to attract that younger audience. Generally speaking, all advertising can be boiled down to one of two objectives, right? So you've got frequency or penetration. Walk straight into that one. But basically, frequency is all about getting your existing customer base to do something more often or buy something a little bit more frequently. Penetration is about going into new audiences and getting them to buy into your brand for the first time. And I think this is a beautiful rarity because that's doing both jobs really well. Growing up, my dad described our family as an SBS household, whether I liked it or not. So I had a pretty healthy relationship with SBS growing up. I think that's quite a bit of an anomaly nowadays. The next generation, younger generations, they're growing up on the internet, they're growing up on streaming platforms, the slow death of free-to-air. They may not have latent memories or perceptions or a muscle memory of SBS at all. So I think this ad is actually doing a really good job of educating them in a bit of a risque, rebellious, something quite provocative, obviously. And I think it's telling them, we have brave content, we have independent content, come over here, try something new. Then I think about my dad, that 60-plus SBS loyalist, he's gonna love it. He's gonna get a kick out of it. He's gonna see himself in that. Not in the naked man, but he doesn't like to think himself as conservative. He's got an open mind. He's a lateral thinker. He's an independent thinker. And I think he might even be inspired to try a new genre. So I think it's really doing both jobs really nicely for them.
I don't think that when networks or streamers do ads, they tell you anything about themselves. It's always very much about the shows and the content. So I really love that about the SBS, that they stand for something, and even without this ad, I think we know what they stand for, and that's really, really unique. I like that they used a man. Like a man doing a nudie run, that's always funny. But I like they used a man over a woman. I think it sort of took the sexualisation out of the ad and you went along for the journey. It was pure entertainment, and that's what SBS is. They're like that rowdy friend that's a little bit unexpected, and I like that they stayed true to that. Is this going to get more viewers? I don't think so. But I think that they have very fused on viewers anyway. So nearly 40% of their content is in languages other than English, and no one else offers that. So they have very fused on audiences, but also they are growing, and that's not what we hear from networks very often, but they're growing in the younger segments, in men and in regional areas. And so is this ad perfectly suited to those three? I think we can say yes. It's great.
So SBS has always been in a weird sort of middle space. So they're not, commercial like 7, 9, and 10. They're also not highbrow like the ABC. So instead of,
Are you happy to just rule out places to work?
So instead of soft peddling that, they just put a flag right in the middle of it, and they play upon this notion of that they're known for, sex before soccer, and they just take it literally and they go for it. And they're not trying to out-entertain the other networks. They're saying, we actually offer something different. We'll put on stuff that you are not able to put on. And it's easy to forget as well that SBS is a hybrid model. So they get government funding and they make money from advertising. advertising. So last year, they reported 170 million from advertising and growing at 10% year on year. So they're doing well. And by carving out a specific position for themselves and being unique and saying, we're not like them, we offer something they can't, it's quite smart. And how refreshing. 50 years. Instead of going for a nostalgia grab, they went for a brand challenge.
Hey, Will, how good is... The best bit of the ad is off camera. When you hear in the background, put your pants on! that is... I just find that wonderful. I really do.